I'm gonna make sure. Oh, our sound is down. Down sound. Oh, we're live. Ooh, can you turn on that light? There we go. Live. Woohoo!
Hello, homebound Skywalkers.
Everyone. Or thank you to those of you who are out and about and making the world go round too.
Yeah, that too.
That's a big job.
Mm-hmm.
Big job.
The credit goes out to them.
Copy. All right. Let's see.
So,
I'm gonna share.
We are joined by somebody.
Are live.
Who is that somebody? Oh, they left.
Oh.
Never mind. Never mind.
All right, I'm gonna share that we are live.
I want to touch my face.
I know, right? Talking. Meh.
Sorry.
40th.
Who are we
right?
joined by? What's that? The 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back.
Strikes Back. Empire State Building? No.
No. We can talk about the Empire State Building. Won't be as fun of an episode.
No. Welcome, everyone.
Should we talk about the Empire State Building or the Empire Strikes Back? We can go either way on this one. What do you say?
I don't know. What do you think?
Let's mix it up. Talk about both, and let people figure out which one we're talking about.
Apparently, the Empire State Building is in red right now, for healthcare workers. Like, yeah, or like it has like red design, red and white. Hello.
Really?
Hello, hello.
All right, now let's see the comments.
Sharing everywhere. Publish.
And then we will be off and running.
Well,
and for those people
joining
joining
us,
comics?
Well, yes.
Hopefully you will be able to share your Empire Strikes Back stories.
But the most important thing is, what is everyone wearing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, we went for a walk today.
Yes, we did.
So we have on our walking bottoms. What are those called?
Shorts.
Well, you have shorts.
From where I'm from, we call them shorts.
I have workout pants. Workout, yeah, they're shorts, I guess.
Someone walk to the local bar.
Because they're not. No, it's not open. Better not be open.
Didn't say you went in. You just walked there.
Okay. Hold on. I have to share with our group, and then I can.
All right, we're joined by a few more.
Yay!
So someone comment. Let us know who is the. Oh, hey, Courtney Turkel. This is a Turkel-centric episode.
Oh.
Got a Courtney. We have a Kelly Turkel.
Yay!
Get the Turkel twins.
We are live. All right. Might be too late for East Coast folks, but we couldn't do it any time before this.
Hey, Juan Mercado.
All right, so let me do this.
Does anyone go to bed at a decent hour anymore? Does it matter?
Oh, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter when I wake up at all.
It's like that. That's the. I'm gonna think about going to bed now.
Yeah. Well, last week we got on this kick of like staying up till 2 a.m. and waking up at like 9 a.m. It was weird.
It was fun though.
It was really weird.
Nothing wrong with that.
But like we didn't have to go anywhere, so it was weird.
Had to go to the living room.
Yeah.
And then outside. Woohoo!
But we got a lot done from that like 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. time.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was like major, like we were both working and editing or whatever. Like, yeah, it was fun. All right. Oh,
Courtney,
what am I doing here?
Courtney says nope. I'm not remembering what she said nope to.
Probably just working around. What is happening? Oh, that's what's happening. You didn't put me on there.
You turned it on.
Yes, but you didn't put me on because you were recording.
Hold on, you know what? You're interrupting Joey. He's saying hola.
Oh, hey, Joey.
Hola.
Wow.
¿Cómo estás?
Awesome. And Christopher, and Ron, and Wynn, and Courtney. Wow. Everyone.
There you go.
Hi,
Those are all the Skywalkers that you need.
That's exciting. All right, so Richard, talk.
Talk. All right. Talking about The Empire Strikes Back.
Awesome.
That's a lot I'll get.
Wow, we have 4 hours and 30 minutes of recording time.
That's not going to be enough time. Not a regular bedtime. Not anymore.
No, not for you, no. And coming April 3rd, we're going to have a whole lot less sleep and a whole lot more watching Disney+. But we'll get to that a little later.
That show's coming in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm warning you now, Richard. Well, we'll get to that. All right.
Okay.
I won't say anything.
Do you,
Oh.
That's the top.
You want to do that? Emmett? I'll say may the force be with you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to hit record. Okay. Ready when you are.
All right. Here we go. Hey, Kelly's with us now.
Awesome.
we dedicate this episode of Skywalking Through Neverland to Andrew Jack, who played Resistance General Emmett in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, since he just passed away today due to complications from the coronavirus.
May the Force be with you.
Too close to home.
I know. That's crazy.
All right.
Well, what?
Let's pick it up.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 283 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
Hey, Skywalkers! Do you recall the first time you saw The Empire Strikes Back? Was it during the 1980 release? Was it a re-release? Was it on videotape? Was it on a cable station? Special edition? Have you never seen it? Any which way it was, or wasn't, we still want to welcome you to Skywalking Through Neverland. We are your enthusiastic podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, and Marvel fandom. I am Richard Woloski, but now everyone please say hello to my sweetie wife, Sarah.
Hey, Skywalkers! Woo! How are we doing this week? How is everyone doing? Everyone weigh in.
We're doing well, getting a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah,
from the SkyTubers.
Oh, good. Okay, good. And hi, guys. Yay! Hi, SkyTubers. Well, it is time to give a big Wookiee hug to all of our Skywalkers because I think we all need it right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a Wookiee hug in space. No.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Galactic social distancing.
Galactic social distancing Wookiee hug.
Get a hug through hyperspace.
Oh, I love it! Okay. It's time to give everyone a big Wookiee hug through hyperspace. Woo!
I smell a new t-shirt.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Skywalkers, well, we want to thank you so much for listening to the show every week. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. You are now a Skywalker. And you know what? Doing this show really helps keep us
Sane?
In a good space. Yes.
Sane.
It keeps us sane. It keeps us on track. You know, we have a goal every week, and we just love it when you share our joy in this adventure through fandom. Because it is joy, and, you know, Star Wars and Disney and Marvel, they all bring us joy, and we really need that right now.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. Now, we are recording this episode from Long Beach, California on March the 31st, 2020. 2020, we've had enough of you now. Go away.
I know. Well, we are being sponsored by Small World Vacations. They are a diamond level Disney vacation planner travel agency and will help you book your trip to Disney parks around the world when all this is over and when we really need a vacation. Best of all, their service is free of charge. So head to smallworldvacations.com for a no-obligation price quote and tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you. And I will say that Walt Disney World has released some very interesting deals to entice people to come after they're open, obviously.
Can you imagine the first day Disney World and Disneyland will open?
Oh.
I think they'll have the biggest influx of people that they've had since the opening in 1955 at Disneyland.
Oh, I know. I think when it's finally we want to go, we're going to go straight to Galaxy's Edge because, man, we miss it.
Yeah, and just give the Millennium Falcon a big hug.
Yeah.
And just roll around on the ground.
Oh, man. Yes.
Cannot wait.
But before then, we have a lot of cool things coming up on this episode, Skywalker. So, Richard, why don't you tell us?
So when you are ready for your trip to Disney World or Disneyland, make sure you give Small World Vacations a phone call or just go to their website at, once again, smallworldvacations.com. Now, coming up on this episode, I'm so excited, we're going to continue our celebration of the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. And we have many of our friends dropping by like Eric Walker and Martin Keeler, Courtney and Kelly Turkel. They come by and they tell us about their first time seeing The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also going to share our stories as well.
Absolutely. And also on this episode, we have shout-outs, what's coming up on Disney Plus. And also on this episode, we have shout-outs, Skywalking Through Disney Plus, and
things we want to share. Share. Kelly says
we need a day to do something fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sure we'll do a big Skywalker meetup.
Plan something.
Yes, we will.
We just won't hug? I don't know.
At that point, when the curtain's been lifted,
yeah,
and the president says we can hug, like on Easter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Easter.
Yeah.
All right, but that's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Now, according to our notes, we're supposed to talk about the Howie Mandel game show Deal or No Deal. This doesn't make it.
Wait, what?
No, Deal No Deal. Oh, this is the Clone Wars episode, not the Howie Mandel Deal or No Deal. My bad. I didn't read that properly. So, Sarah, let's talk about Deal No Deal, which was last week's episode of season 7 of the Clone Wars.
Okay. You're so funny. All right, well, the synopsis for this episode is Rafa gets a job where she has to deliver spice to the Pikes. Her sister Trace is recruited when Rafa's original crew bails out. Being besties, well, Ahsoka also tags along. Well, the situation revs up when Ahsoka learns that the job at hand is running spice to the Pike Syndicate, and she has second thoughts and lets those sisters know about it.
Mm-hmm. And the fortune cookie reads, if there is no path before you, create your own. Now, I think
wasn't that the previous fortune cookie?
I think you're right.
Wait a
so
minute,
go to
Skywalkers.
StarWars.com. Did we not update that? Just go to StarWars.com.
Deal no.
Do I need to bring up my iPhone?
Yes. Shh. See who gets it first.
Okay.
Wikipedia would say
that's
it too.
Good. Yep.
La,
Mistakes
la,
are valuable. Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead and read the fortune cookie.
Where is it?
It's go down.
What?
No, up.
Up.
Right there.
Oh, our value lessons often learned. Okay. And the fortune cookie reads, mistakes are valuable lessons often learned too late.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, that really applies to this episode. Holy buckets.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sarah, what is your opinion on this episode? Because I got a lot to unload here.
Oh, okay.
So you go first.
Well, okay, so the previous episode I wasn't so in love with, and I really liked the fact that this episode expanded the view. So before we were in Coruscant, kind of in the underworld of Coruscant, and now all of a sudden we're out in space and we're heading to Kessel. I mean, those spice mines of Kessel, you know, those are words like Clone Wars was to you. You know how you're always talking about how, oh, the Clone Wars, and in your head as a kid you were like, what are the Clone Wars? What are these?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always read about the spice mines of Kessel, and I was like, what are the spice mines of Kessel? I want to see them. So actually going there, which I know we went there in Solo, but I don't know, going there in animation was cooler somehow. And you got to see more overall, just like a worldview of where they're coming from. Anyway, so I really loved that they got themselves out of Coruscant, went to Kessel, and just expanded the whole view. View is not the right term, but I just really like how they expanded this story.
Right, you know, we're getting a little glitchy right here. We're not.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that was getting a little glitchy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's okay. I think
okay.
just. All right, so let's start this part again.
Okay.
Because I noticed the needles going. Boo, boo, boo.
Oh.
All right. So.
Are you sure?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, coming back. Now, for me, this was not my favorite episode. I can say that this was my least favorite episode of the season so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And I think this episode should have been called The Return of Snips because Ahsoka was very snippy. She was very snippy in this episode. And it felt like they had story beats that they had to hit, and they rushed to get to each one with a natural dialogue and outbursts to get the exposition across. Like in Resistance, they had to get to one story point to another, and they would replace dialogue with some crazy action, and I just felt like they had somewhere to go. Let me start that again. They had somewhere to go, but they knew they only had 22 minutes, so they just rushed maybe 2 episodes into one. And maybe they should have done that, because this is a 4-story arc, and it should have been 3-story arcs. So I felt like it was a very, very rushed episode, and there was a lot of outbursts from the characters with things that didn't need to be said. Like Trace kept outburst. She would say things about her ship that didn't need to be said. It's like, yeah, we know you love your ship, but right now when we're in a hurry, don't tell us about how you love your ship and no one can take your ship. Like, yeah, we get it. But first, let's get out of here and then create an outburst. I think they were trying to make the connection to her ship that Han Solo had in Star Wars. And it didn't work in a 22-minute episode, because there were dialogue hiccups.
Okay.
Because whenever she would outburst, throw out these outbursts, it would just bump the story into we were going on a linear path. We were going to a path, and then all of a sudden you threw out dialogue to create this tension you have, because the ship that you love your ship. Well, it's not coming out clear, is it?
Well,
okay.
Well, you're saying the same thing over again.
Yeah. We'll look at it together. So she was throwing out dialogue that just didn't need to be said, just so we know that she's got a connection with her ship.
Okay. I don't agree with that at all.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So should I respond to that, or did you want to keep going?
Well, Christopher Marino says on YouTube, I completely disagree, because she's very young and immature about the world.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that, and that's what they're trying to do too, is try to show how young and immature she is. But when you get the enemy barreling down on you, yeah, maybe save the outburst until later on. I'm just saying. It's not like she's 6.
Okay, well, I have to respond to this now. Because I'm more in line with Christopher Marino, who thinks that she is a very young and immature about the world, along with Wynn, who says the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay, and I do think that, honestly, one of my favorite scenes in this episode, not my favorite, but one of them, was when Rafa and Ahsoka are arguing on the ship. They're heading into space, and Ahsoka realizes that they're carrying spice, and so she's arguing with Rafa, and Trace, in the meantime, is in the background. She's listening to them. She has no control or say over this conversation, even though it's her ship, and she's young, but she wants to be in charge, and so she takes matters into her own hands. She takes control by dumping the spice and saying, okay, this is what I did. I took control. Now you guys deal with it. And I thought, as a young person, that would be a way to get attention or get control. I thought that was very well done. And I thought that was a really good character moment for Trace. So that's kind of my response to yours. I think they did that very well and showed that she was just still learning.
I just rewatched the episode, and every outburst she had was just to throw out more exposition on her character and show it, don't say it.
Okay.
And every time she would create one of these outbursts, I liked her character less and less. And I see what they're doing, because they're trying to create a character building on last episode, because this is a 4-story arc. So with each episode, you got to build onto the character. So I see what they're doing. They, in my opinion, they could have done it where you had seen it and not have these story hiccups.
Okay.
Now, ironically, the best moment from season 7 happens in this episode.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and here's a scene that mirrors a scene from Star Wars and Return of the Jedi. So you get a 1-2 punch here. And this is when Ahsoka and Trace and Rafa, they fly out of Coruscant into Republic airspace, and Admiral Yularen hails them on their intercom and asks for their license number, which mirrors when Han Solo is on the Death Star and the Imperial officer asks for his operating number. Right. And then it continues with a mirrored scene from Return of the Jedi, and this is the scene where the shuttle Tydirium is trying to sneak onto Endor and sneaking past Darth Vader, and the Tydirium is carrying Luke, Han, Chewie, and Leia, and Darth Vader approaches Admiral Piet and asks him where that ship is going.
Right.
Well, here we have Anakin approaching Yularen.
Yep.
And it really mirrors not only the dialogue, but the framing.
Oh, yeah. And the sensing something. And yeah, exactly. And there's like that console right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I
yeah.
loved it so much.
This whole scene was blocked like that scene from Return of the Jedi. Yeah, and you're right. Whereas Darth Vader was sensing Luke on the shuttle, now here's Anakin sensing Ahsoka.
I know.
Okay, that is the best scene we've had from season 7.
That was so amazing. Joshua Jordan on YouTube also says that too. It's my favorite scene too. Yeah, that was amazing.
But the fact they get a 1-2 punch in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's funny is I really associated this with the Return of the Jedi shuttle Tidarium.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now that you mention the operating number, the license number, yeah, that's so cute. And Courtney says, I liked that Anakin could feel Ahsoka on the ship, but lets it go. Yes.
Yeah.
He let it go.
Oh, he had to.
Like a certain other Disney character.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, so I thought that was amazing too. So high five. We agree on something. Woo!
There you go. Now, I got another...
Gripe?
I got another gripe for this episode, and that's when Ahsoka, she tells Rafa and Trace that she's got a plan to get through this bad situation, and she says that she's got a trick or two that they don't know about, and unbeknownst to Trace and Rafa, Ahsoka, uses the Force on the Pike Overseer, whose name is Marg Krim or Marg Krim. M-A-R-G, don't know. But now, as Ahsoka is using the Force on this Overseer, didn't these sisters wonder what the plan was or what Ahsoka's doing? Didn't any of that kind of like trigger some kind of an alarm? Like, hey, you're using those Jedi powers.
Right. I did also see, I mean, I thought it was cool that Ahsoka was doing that, but at the same time, my thoughts didn't go to the sisters. My thoughts went to all the other Pikes that were standing around him. It's like, was she Jedi mind tricking them all at once? Because it just seems odd. Like, wouldn't someone raise a red flag?
That's what I meant from the very beginning. That this episode was very uneven, and something like that. That is a huge story hiccup. I can't get past that because it wasn't like she was just closing her eyes and meditating on the moment, but she was waving her hand. Someone had to have said, "What are you doing?"
Hey, that's what Obi-Wan does.
Yeah. So I couldn't get past that moment right there.
Also, I thought it was kind of a bad plan because how did she think they were going to get out of there very fast and, you know, that like they got caught in the tractor beam and stuff.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. So as soon as you guys are going back into your ship, they're gonna want to check these big crates for the spice.
Exactly.
It's only gonna be you have like 6 seconds to get off of Kessel.
Yeah. So I didn't think it was the best plan, and yeah.
Okay, say it. It was a story hiccup.
No, it was a bad plan. Not a story hiccup. You know, Ahsoka was working with what Ahsoka was working with what she had. She didn't have Anakin there to help her with the plan, so she has to do that. Now, Christopher Marino brings up an interesting point. That it was assuming everyone knows how to Jedi use their powers. That's true. And Joshua Jordan has the best line. It was 10% of a plan.
And Ahsoka's much smarter than that. Much, much smarter. But when you see someone waving their hand and all of a sudden everyone's opinion change, like the Overseer is like, okay, you're good. We don't need to check it. Off you go. Someone's going to say, I don't know why you're waving your hand, but does it have any connection with the fact that the Overseer just changed his mind?
Right.
On a dime? There's way too many red flags where someone has got to say something.
You stop that. You stop making fun of me.
But it was great to see that in the end, Ahsoka is starting to grow as a character. She now sees what life is like outside of the Jedi Academy, or the Skywalker Academy, as she says, to throw Trace off. So I'm very eager to see where she's going to end up on the fourth episode of this arc.
Okay.
Because this is the first time that she's been out of the nest.
Right. Okay, so I know this is an arc that has Ahsoka in it, but I heard that the Siege of Mandalore arc, which we know has Ahsoka in it, will be the final arc in these series.
Yes.
So, are you assuming that the 4th episode of this arc will be the Siege of Mandalore?
Oh, no.
Okay.
By the time they're done with this 4-arc story, she'll really have grown.
Okay.
Because this is the first time she's ever been outside of the Jedi Academy as a gray Jedi, a citizen. She's not even a gray Jedi. She's just a standard citizen.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's with each episode, she's really learning about herself and what she has to do to make it through this world.
I also feel that we're really getting to know, like, Rafa, she's pretty much set in her ways, you know, she's going to be like a bad girl, right? But Trace is still very malleable at this point, and she's still, you know, going between Rafa, her sister, and Ahsoka, who has more morals, and I think we're going to see more of that as well. And I do like the fact that we're getting some new characters that we're seeing evolve as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said last week, if you remember your psychology classes in school, Trace is the ego and Ahsoka is the super ego, whereas Rafa is the id. Look it up, okay?
Okay, it is like, it's like the devil and the angel.
The devil and the angel,
okay.
right.
Okay, thank you.
I was trying to make use of my college education. That's pretty much all I remember.
Now, silly.
Okay, sit down for this because I have one more demerit.
What?
Where are the Kenner action figures? Last week, do you recall how excited I was that there was Hammerhead over here and Greedo and Walrus Man and Blue Snaggletooth? This episode contains no Kenner action figures.
They're in Coruscant.
Demerit.
But there was Pikes.
There was Pikes, yes.
But you didn't have a Pike action figure growing up, did you?
Not in 1978. No, I did not. So I'm sorry, deal, no deal. You had a demerit there.
Well, okay, so I have one more thing to say about this episode.
Okay.
And that is that when you and I, Richard, were watching it, when Trace dumped the spice into hyperspace, we both gasped. We were like, oh my God, because we knew what that meant. And like, she's dealing with these, you know, underlords, and we're watching Ozark right now, and there's some good consequences there if you make those overlords mad. So
well, we know what happens when you dump your spice.
Yes, we do.
So there's another callback to Han Solo.
That's true.
Nice.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. I just put that
Oh my goodness. We'll cut that part out, okay?
He dumped his spice at the first sign of Imperial entanglement.
All right, now let's wrap it up with this here.
Oh, but I have to say, sorry.
Go ahead.
That just the fact that we both gasped in horror when she dumped the spice means that we were very invested in this episode.
We were very invested in that moment, not really the episode.
I was invested in the episode.
Okay. But now, the Bad Batch arc was 4 episodes.
Yes.
This arc is 4 episodes. That's 8 out of 10.
And they're 12.
Are there 12?
I believe there's 12.
All right, someone on SkyTube, one of our SkyTubers, look this up. I thought there was
12.
only 10, but I think you're right.
I'm right.
You're right.
Am I right?
Where's my phone?
See, 12. Christopher
Oh,
Reno
okay,
says
good,
12.
good. Okay.
We're going to believe Christopher, because it's the same as what I said.
Yes. He's always right. All right, so then after this, we have 4 episodes for the Siege of Mandalore. And like I keep saying, that should be a whole season.
Oh.
I maybe part of me is like, I want to get through this arc because I want to get to the Siege of Mandalore.
Okay.
You know what? We'll rack it up to that, okay?
Yeah, I think you're just impatient. And
no, I'm not.
That tracks.
No, I'm not.
No, that tracks.
No, I'm not.
No, that totally tracks.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's see how things turn out next week for Ahsoka and the gang. Because in dangerous debt, after being imprisoned by the Pikes, Ahsoka Tano and the Martez sisters manage a daring escape of their stronghold. Together, they flee through the city to their ship, desperate to evade the Pike forces in pursuit.
Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds like Solo. Only with sisters and Ahsoka.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, Dangerous Debt premieres on Friday, April the 3rd on Disney+.
April 3rd. I am telling you, we are going to be in our PJs watching Disney Plus all day. And we'll get to that a little later in the episode. I keep teasing it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read this part one more time.
Okay.
Now let's see how things turn out for Ahsoka and Trace and Rafa and this week's.
It's this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see how things turn out for Ahsoka, Trace, and Rafa in this week's episode, Dangerous Debt. And in this episode, after being imprisoned by the Pikes, Ahsoka Tano and the Martez sisters manage a daring escape of their stronghold. Together, they flee through the city to their ship, desperate to evade the Pike forces in pursuit. Dangerous Debt premieres on Friday, April the 3rd on Disney+. I can't wait either.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, Chris says they've only released descriptions through 10. So maybe...
I think that's where I got that
maybe
from.
that's, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Silly.
That's why we have the Sky Tubers.
12 EPs. Remember what clone trooper D. Bradley Baker, he tweeted to Ahsoka, or he texted to Ahsoka when
right.
they were talking about that. Okay. TCW. New season. 12 EPs. All right.
So go into a clip and out of a clip.
Oh,
ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Yes?
All right, Sarah, let's go back in time to the first time you saw The Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to guess it was sometime in 1980.
Me?
You.
It wasn't me.
No. You are pre-Empire Strikes Back.
No, I am post-Empire Strikes Back.
That's what I meant to say. You are post-Empire Strikes Back by 1 year and a couple of months.
Yep.
Oh, so close.
Yep.
So close. So, when was the first time you saw The Empire Strikes Back?
Ooh. Should I tell my story first? Or?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was a dark and stormy night.
I'm listening.
That's how all the good stories start, right? So I was 10 or 11, so it was like 90 or 91, I forget which. And it was a dark and stormy night. And the previous day, I had seen Return of the Jedi for the first time with my cousins. And then they had to leave. They were, I don't know, they had to leave. And then I loved Return of the Jedi so much that, and then they told me after we watched it that, oh, hey, there's 2 more. And I'm like, what? And they said, yeah, it's Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. I was like, okay. So the next night, I think it was a Friday, and it was like one of those Texas rainstorms where it's just really loud, really hard rain, and all you want to do is curl up in your home and just stay in. And Empire Strikes Back happened, I think it was either playing on TV or I know my dad had recorded it on VHS. So he put it in, and I proceeded to watch The Empire Strikes Back. I feel like I was by myself, but probably my parents were there. But I get just so wrapped up in movies that it just feels like it's just me there. So we're watching it, and I'm loving this film. I love it so much. And then the love scene happens, and wow, Han and Leia, the love scene, that's what draws me into Star Wars. And it was amazing. And then the power goes out. And I was like, what is happening? Oh my God, Dad, fix it. I think I really, really was annoying him a lot as he's trying to fix it. Oh, I think it was on TV, and the power or the TV went out, the station went out, whatever. So he's frantically trying to find the VHS copy and fast forward it to the version that it was, or the power came back on, or something happened right in the middle, that it just, I was just, a nervous wreck going, let's watch it. So finally he gets it back on, and I got to watch the rest of Empire Strikes Back, and it was immediately my favorite movie of all time, just watching it. So
now, you'd already seen Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
So you pretty much knew where things were going.
I did, yes. The fact that Han went into carbonite, yes, I was upset, but I had just seen him get unfrozen. So,
okay.
So yeah, I knew where things were. So I didn't have that sense of, oh my God, what's going to happen thing that you all experienced in 1980, because I knew it would be okay. However, yeah, so we watched Empire Strikes Back, and it was immediately my favorite film. The next night we saw Star Wars. It was my first time seeing Star Wars. And then, because now I realized that I watched them out of order, and it wasn't my fault, but damn it, it was my cousin's fault. So then we had to watch the next 3 nights in the right order. So it was like Star Wars week for me. And yeah, so, but immediately Empire was my favorite.
And you had seen Return of the Jedi beforehand, so which film turned you into a fan?
Well, I liked Return of the Jedi enough that I was, and I liked, I mean, Harrison Ford, I had seen Indiana Jones. Like, I was all about Harrison Ford, even at 10. I was like, he's the cutest guy ever. So, yeah, so I wanted to see anything with him. And I knew, I had this vague memory of seeing the Ewok scenes, like, as a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. So I know I had probably seen Return of the Jedi before, but yeah, so it's hard to say because I saw them so close together, like the day after. So, but I know that I liked Return of the Jedi enough that I wanted to see, well, what is this world about? So the mythology spoke to me in Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. So, and I liked the characters. Like, I was into it. I was into it, and just watching Empire Strikes Back, it was really the chemistry of Han and Leia that drew me into that film, as well as the music. Like, all those movies that I watched back then, the music was big for me. I'm not touching it.
You did.
Okay.
So then at what point did you see Star Wars?
The next day.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's read some of these YouTube comments.
Ooh, okay.
Joshua Jordan says, the first time I ever saw Empire was a VHS my dad recorded of the television premiere of Empire.
Oh, cool.
All right. Halloran Illustration says, saw it with my sister without parental supervision for the first time. One of my fondest memories.
That's so cool. All right, Joshua Jordan says, I only saw the television version for many years till they released the first trilogy box set. Me too, Joshua. That's what I saw first, was a VHS, yeah,
If you
recorded
only saw
off TV.
If you only saw the TV version VHS, you didn't see it at all.
Oh, and he still owns that version.
It's amazing how much they cut out due to their aspect ratio.
Yes. Ooh, and Jess says, hey guys, love hearing your stories. While I was too young to really remember the first time I saw any of them, my brother said we watched them while I was visiting him at college. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wynn Pedersen says, I was all about Carrie Fisher as we were about the same age. That hot suit, that speaks volumes.
It's so cute. Yeah. See, you like Carrie's hot suit, and I love Han Solo's that blue jacket on too.
That jacket.
Oh, it's amazing.
That spoke to me too.
Yeah. That's why I like it when you wear that jacket. Ooh, Christopher Marino. The first time I saw it with my mom, we liked so much. She said...
We liked it so much.
Oh! The first time I saw it with my mom, and we liked it so much that they hid in the bathroom, and then we'll sneak back in the theater and see it again.
Christopher!
Whoa. No, Christopher's mom.
Yeah.
That was your mom's idea?
So we should add $8 more onto the Empire Strikes Back box office gross.
Make that 16.
Well, not back then. Tickets were like $4
Oh,
each.
Okay.
During primetime showing.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Wow. Okay. Well, so that was my story, and then I have. Can I just say one more thing about these movies?
Oh, of course.
Okay, because yeah, so I didn't have any older brothers or any older siblings to get me into this, so I was the first of all my friends to get into Star Wars, and I made them get into Star Wars with me. I was like, you have to watch this. You have to watch this now. And summers with my friend Chrissy. We lived close enough together that we were about 10 minutes away, so we would walk back and forth to each other's houses all summer. We would recite the love scene from The Empire Strikes Back as we went. So that's like, I totally know that scene. And we would pretty much go to each other's houses and just watch the same movies on repeat. And they were all the original trilogy, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, and then we'd listen to their soundtracks. And then sometimes we would watch MacGyver or Briscoe County Jr. Yeah, we were nerds.
Oh, no, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it.
So
And
yeah,
that's why I love you.
they were my fondest memories. Though I loved that. Oh. All right.
Okay. All right, my story about the first time I saw The Empire Strikes Back. Now, let's start on opening day, May 21st, 1980. I was in the 5th grade, and this was the longest school day of my life.
Oh.
Because after being so engrossed in Star Wars for 3 years before this, I was ready for something new.
And 3 years to a kid is
That's a lifetime.
forever.
And the stars of Star Wars was just on the Muppet Show. Merchandise was starting to be released. And you have everything without the main course, the movie. So my teacher, she hated me this day because I would not sit still. I was bouncing off the walls. And
I feel for your teacher.
Mrs. Patterson, I can't say this enough, but I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, we were rehearsing for the school musical. At the end of the day, we were rehearsing for the school musical, The Music Man, and my friend Sean Millette and we were both going to go see it with my dad and my sister.
See what?
See The Empire's. We're going to go see The Empire Strikes Back, not The Music Man, okay?
Okay.
Focus.
I'm focusing.
So, as soon as 3 o'clock hit, as soon as the bell rang, Sean and I, we bounced out of our seats and ran for the door. And I can recall looking back at Mrs. Patterson say, "Richard and Sean, get back here right now. School is not over." At that point, 3 o'clock hit, it's my time. It's no longer your time, no longer school time. It's The Empire Strikes Back time.
Why did she say school wasn't over?
Because they had, tomorrow we're going to rehearse this. Everyone know their lines. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll sit back down and listen to you tell the cast about The Music Man, the rehearsals, and what's song. I had like a walk-on part. So it doesn't matter if I'm in the room or not. I didn't care. So, and I knew I'd be in trouble the next day. I didn't care. My mind just went to, I'm finally gonna go and see The Empire Strikes Back. So Sean Millette and I are running up the stairs. There's my father with his big red Cadillac. Lisa was already inside. Lisa, my sister, was already inside. Sean and I, we like Dukes of Hazzard. We
Jumped through the windows.
Jumped through the windows, exactly. Grabbed the roll bar, jumped in the windows, and off we went. Now, I'm sure in reality, we opened up the car door and got inside, put on our seatbelt, and off we went.
Right.
But my memory, if I trust my memory, we did a Dukes of Hazzard, and the car peeled away off to Boston, to actually Cambridge.
Oh.
And there was a theater called the Charles 123. And this was like the big theater. Like we have the Mans Grumman IMAX
Yep.
Deluxe plus Chinese theater. This was that theater to the Boston, to the Massachusetts crowd. This was the big theater you'd see all the big movies
This
in.
is where you go.
Yeah. I almost expected to see like a red carpet and hand and footprints. I mean, I really thought this was the mecca of all movies.
Aww.
This is where you would see the big giant blockbusters. So we parked the car, ran up the stairs to the theater, and there was a line to see a movie. And I had seen the Star Wars re-releases, and there were lines, which meant there was like 5 or 6 people.
Oh.
But there was a line as far as the eye could see.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to cry. Because this is my movie. Hello, I'm here now. You can start the movie. Richard's in the house. But there were people in front of me. Like, this is not supposed to happen.
No, what are all these people doing here?
Yeah, well, what? And I couldn't process it. And I think I was literally about to cry. And my father, being a very big man, he just walked to the front of the line and there we go. Now you're at the front of the line, Rich. Come on in and join me. Because he wasn't doing it to be rude. He just thought, oh, my son wants to see this movie. Look at his face. We're going to go to the front of the line. It makes sense. I'm a dad. I don't take care of my son. You go to the front of the line, And there you have it, problem solved.
Did he take you by the hand? Like
I just followed him. Like wherever my dad went, I just went.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And my friend Sean followed me, and my sister, she knew better. She was so embarrassed. Oh, she was covering her face, and I couldn't understand why she was so embarrassed. Lisa, we're at the front of the line. We're gonna go see a Star Wars movie. What is up?
Oh.
And once again, my father being a very big guy, he didn't get any lip from the people in back of him.
Wow.
Yeah, no one said anything, so there you go. So if any of those people who were at the, I want to say, 4 o'clock showing of The Empire Strikes Back at the Charles 1, 2, 3, if we cut you, I'm sorry. All right, load off of my shoulders there.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so seeing it now for the first time, could you process it?
Nope. No, I did not.
No.
I was just so excited,
Okay.
and I recall bits and pieces.
Wow.
And the first time I really recall getting my mind back into my head, because I think my brain just jumped out of my eye sockets and was bouncing all over the theater.
Yeah.
By the time it landed back in my head, the first scene I recall was the asteroid. Was Han and Leia in the Millennium Falcon in the asteroid field, because that's one of the first times the movie had slowed down.
Right, because you got the whole Hoth battle before that.
So now I could catch my breath.
Okay.
And I recall my friend Sean, he used to get up during the movie all the time, and he got up and came back and said, "Richard, Darth Vader and Chewbacca are downstairs in the lobby. Come downstairs. Let's, Sean, we're watching The Empire Strikes Back." And there were people, cosplayers.
Oh.
At the theater, but it's like, no, Sean, I'm not gonna leave here. We're watching The Empire Strikes Back. So it's funny how that memory sticks in my head, that scene when the Falcon has landed inside of the space slug was the first time the movie had slowed down. That's the first scene I really remember.
Wow.
And another scene I remember was when the X-Wing crashed on Dagobah, and here's R2, who's underwater, see the little periscope, and he's going toward the shore, and there's that dragon, that snake dragon behind him. I was so scared, because here's my friend R2-D2, what's gonna happen to him?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, and it's like, you're supposed to know what's going on with your friends, but I don't know what's happening with R2-D2, and I felt like so out of control, because I didn't know R2's fate. And I was so scared.
But Richard, you're lucky he didn't taste very good.
Oh, I'm so lucky. I was lucky he got out of there.
I hate that they changed that. I hate that. That's my one beef with the new special editions.
Understandable. So the next day, and we'll talk more about different scenes that really stuck out to us as we talk with our friends about their first time seeing Empire. But the next day, when Sean and I went back to school, oh, my teacher screamed at me. But I didn't care, because we were rock stars. We were the kids who saw The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
And we had people crowding around us. How was it? What happened? What's going on?
Wait a minute. Did it come out on a Friday or like
came out on a Wednesday?
Oh, okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, my teacher was so mad.
Aw.
Because she knew what had happened, and I defied her. Well, get used to it, because if there's ever something of Star Wars on again, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You have your priorities.
Right.
Oh.
So now, oh, go ahead.
Well, Josh was asking what was your reaction during the I Am Your Father scene. I don't know if we went into our reactions to this.
We did, and when we talk later on with some of our friends, we'll talk about our reactions there. I don't want to repeat myself. Yeah, listen to the show, and you'll hear it.
Yeah.
You'll be quite surprised. All right, so even though Mrs. Patterson was like my arch nemesis in school, she was also the one that made me write down these stories in my school journals.
Bring that up closer.
Okay, I'm showing the SkyTubers. Look at this. I'm showing you my journal from 1979, 1980.
It has the tape. What is this called?
The labeling tape.
Labeling tape.
Everyone's supposed to write their name on this red labeling tape and put it on your book.
What did you write, Richard?
I wrote Star Wars. And if you can tell, it's been lifted up because Mrs. Patterson made me take it off. Of course, I'd put it right back on there again.
Yeah, of course.
So, the last entry I have in my journal. I'm going to show all the Sky Tubers. Look at this. This is Rich Wolosky handwriting from 1980. If you notice, it looks no different from my handwriting today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me read you this entry, May 27th, 1980. Monday, Sean and I went to see The Empire Strikes Back for our second time. The line for the tickets was big, then there was another line to get in it. It was outside, it was for the 5:30 show. But that's
Whoa.
really detail-oriented. Because we missed the 3:15 show, okay, the line went out to the street. My best scene was the Yoda part. Yoda sounds like Fozzie Bear. My second best scene was when Luke and Darth Vader were fighting with lightsabers.
Oh.
And if you notice,
drew some pictures.
I drew some pictures. And how did I write this story? I wrote it in the crawl format.
Yes, you
like
did.
it's going up
Here,
the page.
I'll do this for the Skywalker.
Oh, you don't have to. It's already written in that format.
I know, but I'm
Okay.
making it better.
Okay.
Look how cute that is.
Yeah, and I drew out my favorite scenes.
You drew Yoda.
Now,
Oh my god, that's so adorable.
I've got one more thing to share.
Okay.
Okay? Now, Mrs. Patterson also made us write down stories in another journal.
Okay.
She was very big on writing, and I'm so glad. I'm so happy she did this. So this is not dated, but I'm going to guess it's at the end of 1979 when I wrote this. This was my concept for The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this was my idea I had for The Empire Strikes Back.
Before it was out.
Yes. This is how I thought it was going to go.
Okay.
Either this is how I thought it was going to go, or this is what I thought was going to happen.
Okay.
It begins. In a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars left off when Darth Vader was spinning off into space. Luke and Han and Chewie were in the throne room. When Darth Vader got in control, he saw the real Death Star. Ooh, the fake Death Star really blew up. Okay, look at me. I haven't read this since 1980. At the throne room, the stormtroopers came in and captured Biggs.
Oh no, not Biggs. How do you know
apparently-
about Biggs?
Apparently, I forgot that Biggs had blown up.
Oh.
Or I blocked it. I don't know. Luke, Han, and Chewie and the droids,
Careful.
they ran into the Millennium Falcon and went to Death Star. There was one stormtrooper outside. 3PO went outside. He said, I know where they went. They went to the prison cell. So apparently I'm just plagiarizing Star Wars at this point.
Oh my, so 3PO is a rat.
We did that in Star Wars. If you hurry, you might catch them. All right, now that's just blatant plagiarism. When Han, Chewie, and Luke came out of the Millennium Falcon, Luke saw his father fighting Darth Vader with lightsabers. I was onto something here.
Whoa.
Darth Vader won. Well, kind of did.
Yes.
Spoiler. Luke grabbed his lightsaber, then Ben Kenobi said, "No!" Luke said, "Ben, what are you doing here? I thought you were dead." Luke and Ben got into the Skyhopper. They went to Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised the Empire let him get away. The Skyhopper broke down. They started walking. A Tusken Raider popped out from behind a rock and threw his gaffy stick at Ben Kenobi. It skinned his shoulder, then Luke shot the Tusken Raider. Luke brought Ben Kenobi to Uncle Owen in Aunt Beru. Does this sound familiar?
Luke brought who to?
But Ben Kenobi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not only am I plagiarizing Star Wars, I'm plagiarizing issue 16 of the classic Marvel Star Wars comics.
Oh.
So looks like I got different story elements and put them all into one.
Yeah.
I was not very creative at 11. Ben was taking a walk. Ben saw a volcanic pit. Ooh, shades
Whoa.
of Revenge of the Sith. Then Darth Vader came. Darth Vader and Ben were fighting with lightsabers. Behind Darth Vader was the pit. Ben almost killed Vader. Vader fell in the pit and escapes.
Oh no.
Luke was in the Millennium Falcon alone. 6 stormtroopers came in the Millennium Falcon and stunned Luke. They didn't have any time to bring Luke to Darth Vader because Han Solo and Chewbacca And C-3PO and R2-D2 came in the Millennium Falcon and shot all 6 stormtroopers. I may not have been creative, but I was very specific.
Yes, yes.
More came in, but Han and Chewie shot no more came in. No, more came in, but Han and Chewie shot no more came in, except one more, but he got shot.
The end.
The end.
And then you have a family circus drawing? What's going on
In
with
the end,
that?
I've got a family circus cartoon. See, well, my stories came with comics.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And you know, the funny thing is, I didn't know I had this journal. I was going through my school journals, and this was tucked away in there.
Well, the cover, this is laminated.
It is laminated.
Richard Wolosky's stories.
Oh, do you see there?
Oh, look at the cover.
There's a nod there to Skywalking Through Neverland, circa 1980.
What?
Sarah, find it. Okay, let's see if the SkyTubers can find it. There's a nod on my journal cover to Skywalking Through Neverland. Okay,
In the pictures?
Who's gonna get this? Look at the pictures.
Uh-huh. You
Okay,
have an X-Wing.
Uh-huh.
You have a TIE Fighter.
Uh-huh.
You have the Death Star.
Uh-huh.
And is that a helmet? What is that?
That's the
Oh,
Millennium
that's the Falcon.
How dare you?
Millennium Falcon blowing up Alderaan.
Christopher Marino got it!
Duh. Oh my god, I feel like a fool.
The Death Star is blowing up Alderaan on the cover of my school journal.
And Darth Vader is your centerpiece in that. How cute is that? That's good, sweetie.
Look at
Very
that.
good drawing.
Look at that. See?
Aw.
Back 1979, 1980, I knew Skywalking was coming.
Aw. Well, that's awesome.
So there you go.
I feel like a slacker. I don't have a journal entry.
Well, that's okay. That's because you didn't have a Mrs. Patterson.
No, I didn't. But I would go to the piano and start playing by ear the Star Wars theme when I didn't know what triplets were. So I was trying to write it out, and I didn't know how to write out triplets on sheet music. So I did like eighth notes. I was like da da da, 3 eighth notes, and I couldn't figure out how this worked. I remember that specifically. And then I would also play Han and Leia's theme, Luke and Leia's theme, and Leia's theme on the French horn, because they all have French horn solos, and so I figured those out too, and that would be like my warm-up.
Oh, very nice.
So instead of writing, I would do that.
Well, you know what? Let's dedicate this episode to Andrew Jack and Mrs. Patterson.
All right.
So there you have it. There you go. There's our Empire Strikes Back stories.
I love it. Okay. So now we're going to play all of your stories that we talked to, and then we're going to get to shout-outs.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Art in many different mediums.
You too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Shout-outs. So we always love it, Skywalkers, when you comment on our shows. It's so much fun. And Jess Walls on Facebook, she actually shared our show and said this: if you're looking for a good Star Wars podcast, Skywalking Through Neverland is my personal favorite. Today, they're talking about a documentary that came with the digital release of The Rise of Skywalker. I was planning on waiting and getting a hard copy of the movie, but after their review, I need this documentary. Give Richard and Sarah a listen. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Warm and fuzzies all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, those days when you're putting in all these extra hours into the show, into writing it and producing it and editing it, it all makes sense when you read a Facebook comment like that.
Yes.
Or any comment.
Yes.
Thank you to Jess and for everyone for leaving your great comments. It really does. That is the gas that keeps us going. You are the fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are the fuel.
Also, the fuel is our Facebook group. And we love this group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been so really cool during this social distancing that we can all still kind of interact together. Well, we do interact together, and it's really fun. And last week was Social Distance Spirit Week. So we posted each day asking people to share comments or pictures of what they were wearing, because each day was like either one day was a pajama day, one day was a Disney day, all those things. And so each day we'd put out a post and you guys would all post pictures or comments of what you were wearing. And it was so cool to see all the Skywalkers every day.
Were we going to begin a whole new Spirit Week this week?
We were, but you know what? We'll do that next week because I didn't make the pictures.
And we forgot.
Yeah. So why don't we do it? So next week, we talked about it on our Skywalking Force of Fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't talk about it with all the Skywalkers. So I think this coming week, we're going to make it like there's going to be a Marvel day. There's going to be a PJs and special sock day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we wrote it down somewhere. I'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah. They're fun though.
They're fun. I'll make the picture. All right, Skywalker. So next week we can all be having more social distance spirits. All right. Also in shout-outs, it is time for Skywalking Force shout-outs. Every month we want to give a huge shout-out to our Skywalking Force. Oh my gosh, I said that wrong. Every month, we want to give a huge shout out to our Skywalking Force. And this month, we're welcoming a few new members. Yay! So welcome to Jess Walls, Chad Pennycuff, and John Zoncanaro. We want to welcome you guys to the Skywalking Force. And also, here is our Skywalking Force list of all of you who support us.
Okay, we have Anthony,
Bryn McKinnon,
Carl Fox,
Chica Fent,
Christopher Marino,
Derek Beebe,
Dora Speck,
Garrett Sessions,
Glenn Stein,
Jeff Long,
Jennifer Cole,
The Hunt Family,
Kai Charles.
Laura Bryce.
I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Michael Corbett. I can pronounce that.
Julie Caruana,
Mike Sanders.
Mike Ward.
My DVC points.
We already said him. Yeah. Nancy Steinman,
Patrick Pine.
Peter and Norma Heitman,
Reynold Gobey.
Scott Carmichael,
Scott Hume.
Terry Lee,
And Wynn Patterson.
wow.
Thank you to everyone who's a contributing member of the Skywalking Force.
And as an extra thank you, we are putting out a weekly Patreon show every Saturday called Skywalking Force of Fun.
Fun.
And this is available now for only $5 or more per month instead of the previous $10 for our bonus content because we know everything is being affected. So we wanted to just drop down that price. And we've also changed a few of our other tiers. So if you were interested at all, just head to skywalkingforce.com and see how you can join our force.
Force.
But Skywalkers, we also want to thank all of you for listening and just sharing the show or just sharing comments. Like we said, that gives us fuel as well.
Maybe we should rename the Skywalking Force the Skywalking Fuel.
Ooh.
No, Skywalking Force sounds better.
Yeah, it does. Okay, here we go. Disney Plus. Okay. Richard,
Yes!
April 3rd.
Oh, so much is coming to Disney Plus on April 3rd.
April 3rd.
We have the Clone Wars.
Yes, we have the Clone Wars new episode. Onward arrives on April 3rd, like 6 months early.
Wait a minute. Onward? Didn't that just come out like 72 hours ago in the theater?
Yeah, it came out in March, and it will now be on Disney Plus for our viewing pleasure because no one can go to the theaters to see Onward. So we are excited about that. We are excited about the Clone Wars, but also April has Earth Day in it, right?
Yes, it does.
So April 3rd is a big day for streaming because Disney Plus will honor Earth Month, not just Earth Day, by releasing new Disney nature films on April 3rd. So, you want to hear about these?
Yeah, mark that off in our calendar. We ain't doing nothing on April 3rd, but
No.
I'm watching Disney Plus.
Yes. So, 2 Disney Plus new films are being released. Elephant and Dolphin Reef. And Elephant is narrated by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.
Ooh.
She's not Meghan Markle anymore, I guess.
Meghan
Right?
Markle?
Yeah.
Marple?
Marple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's the Duchess of Sussex. That's hard to say. Oh my gosh. Try Duchess of Sussex.
Duchess of Sussex.
Okay, well, you said it fine. All right. But Dolphin Reef is debuting. Guess who's narrating that one?
I'm gonna say Daisy Ridley.
You're close.
Let's say Keira Knightley.
Almost there. Another handmaiden slash queen.
The one that was to the left of Natalie Portman.
No, it was Natalie Portman.
Ah, there you go.
She's the narrator of Dolphin Reef. So, those two Disney nature films will debut. And also, Penguins, which was released in theaters last year, will also be debuting on Disney Plus on April 3rd. Now, that's not all the exciting news is, because, Richard, we love behind the scenes, right?
Oh, love it. Love documentaries.
So, there's going to be behind the scenes titles that will also be available for each of these three films. So we'll get to see how they film Elephant and Dolphin Reef and Penguins. Like, how the heck, where do they put the cameras? Where are the camera operators? Like, how does this work?
When they roll the credits on some of these nature films, they'll show you some behind the scenes footage. It's like, I could sit through hours of that.
Yeah, and they're going to have 3 films about the films. So...
also on April 3rd?
Yes! So strap in, because we are couch surfing with dolphins and elephants and penguins. Oh my.
I'm going to call him to work and tell him, like, never mind.
We don't need to call him.
No, not anymore.
And there's also a whole bunch of curated list of nature-related films that are on Disney Plus they're either Disney nature films or they're from National Geographic, and there will be a This Week on Disney Plus article on our website, Skywalking Through Neverland, that will list all of these amazing titles that will be available. And I'm sure if you go to your Disney Plus, they'll have those lists there as well. So you can watch all the nature documentaries that you want and celebrate nature on Earth Month.
Nice. Now, there's a couple of films premiering on April the 1st. And I hope this is a April Fool's joke. Dr. Dolittle. I hope that's not the Robert Downey Jr. version.
No, it's not. It's well, it doesn't specify, but I'm assuming it's the 1998 Eddie Murphy version, because Dr. Dolittle 2 came out like 2 weeks ago on Disney Plus. For some reason it was backwards. But yeah. And I'm assuming it's not going to be the 1967 Rex Harrison version, which is the version I know. And I loved it when I was a kid.
And they should have stopped there.
And I'm ashamed almost, but yeah.
Yeah, something tells me that's a April Fool's joke.
You know what? Well, we can find out at midnight tonight which Dr. Dolittle it is.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, so April 3rd, big day, guys. Big day. We'll be watching Disney Plus. Okay.
Well, that'll do it for this episode 283 of Skywalking Through Neverland. We'd like to give a huge thank you to Courtney and Kelly Turkel, Eric Walker, and Martin Keeler for sharing their Empire Strikes Back stories. And we want to thank all of you who are listening right now and watching our videos. And hey, guess what? This week, we'll have a new hashtag Homemade Disney premiering.
Yes, we will. We've been sharing some pictures. There's some pictures we haven't shared yet that will totally give away what we're doing.
Yeah, we had posted one picture and some people had got it. Others didn't. But this has been a lot of fun making.
They were all good guesses, though.
Star Tours took us like 2 hours to make.
Yeah.
This one has taken us so far 3 days.
It is.
We had to go on location today to record some of it.
It's more involved, but...
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this involved when we
No.
first thought of it, but, it'll be fun.
It will be. Well, we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Small World Vacations, for their continued support. Are you thinking of a trip to Disney parks in the future? You can fill out a Get a Quote form at smallworldvacations.com today. Their vacation planning service is free of charge, so check it out. And please tell them that Skywalking Through Neverland sent you, even if you're only just looking around for fun.
They're going to be so swamped in, a few weeks, few months?
Yeah.
When all this is over?
Yes.
Now, do you love Skywalking Through Neverland and just want more content? Well, guess what, Skywalkers? You are in luck. Consider becoming a member of the Skywalking Force, our Patreon. We are now releasing a new Skywalking Force episode each week. It's called Skywalking Force of
Fun.
This is more of an off-the-cuff show. We like to read a lot of coronavirus memes.
Well, we like to share like all the good that's coming out of what's happening.
Yeah,
You know,
a lot of memes are really funny.
Yeah,
I find that silver lining in this horrible thing.
There's a Corona comic corner in those episodes, and there's also like the heartwarming things that are happening because of this. So, yeah.
Once again, just trying to spread more fun, joy, and pixie dust.
Yes. So head to skywalkingforce.com, have a look at the options there, and thank you to those of you who are already part of the Skywalking Force.
Now you can also find Skywalking Through Neverland over there at JediNews.co.uk and at Panthertracks.
We are part of the Skywalking Network,
Skynet,
where you can find other great shows like Sabers and Spells, which have had a run of shows lately, Talking Apes,
which a new episode, I'll say it, a new episode just dropped today.
You said it!
Oh, I feel like I need to take a shower now.
And we also have our classic Marvel Star Wars comics, which, you know what? Next week we should do one of those.
Yeah, we have another thing in mind, which we've talked about, but maybe we'll see.
Maybe do both.
Yeah, we have the time. Or do we? I don't know. We've been busier than ever lately.
We really have. All right, Skywalkers. Well, if you want to get in touch with us on social media, we are at Skywalking Pod for Twitter and Instagram and...
What? What is it?
TikTok. We don't know what we're doing, but we have an account for TikTok.
All right, and that should come up with a disclaimer. If you've never been on TikTok, do not go on TikTok. It is a rabbit hole.
We kid you not. One morning after breakfast, we were sitting on the couch, and you put on TikTok. We looked up like an hour later.
Yeah.
Because we had gotten lost.
It is a rabbit hole, the deepest rabbit hole I've ever fell into. And our first subscribers, our first followers, were the Turkel sisters.
Oh, that's true.
The Turkel twins.
Yeah, I think Red 5 Mom is also on there. We've been trying to... Tell us who to follow on TikTok. I don't know who to follow. Who's on TikTok? So, you know what? Just let us know who to follow because, yeah, we need some help with that. Jessica Alba is very
she's
big on TikTok.
She's got a lot of... Kevin Hart does a lot of videos on TikTok.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Rabbit hole, yes, says Kelly.
Yes. All right. But other than that, we also have our Facebook group, which is always wonderful. It doesn't have weird videos. It just has fun memes and fun people. So you can search Facebook for Skywalking Through Neverland group and request to join. You can also email us, share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com.
And we'd also love to see a review from you Skywalkers. So go over there to Apple Podcast or Stitcher and please write a review. It's once again, it really is fuel for the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love to see what you think, and that really bumps us up in the in the algorithms. Not the right word. When people are searching for a Star Wars or Disney podcast, the more reviews you have, the higher up you get.
Yes, that's true.
So we want to say, please write us a review. I'm not going to tell you how many stars, but just write a review. Thank you. And we'll see you next week.
And Skywalkers, always remember to wash your hands and...
stay home.
And... That's right, Halloran Illustrations. You're on TikTok, right? Tell us your TikTok name. I did see, because I saw your Instagram, so I know you're on TikTok. Yeah. Let us know. I'll write it down. What's this?
Been hanging with Cheshire Cat.
What's that? Cheshire Cat?
I don't know.
All right, I'm writing these down.
The Rock has one.
Ooh, The Rock.
Wow.
Okay.
These are all these big celebrities with like really young kids.
Oh yeah.
So I've had a number of kids at events try to show me what TikTok is.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely easier to understand. Okay, okay. Thank you.
So, Halloran Illustrations, what's your handle on TikTok? What is it?
Can you make it more clear? No. Let me see. What were you saying?
TikTok
about
kids?
Kids
were telling me about TikTok.
Although having been on TikTok and on Did we stop this?
I paused it.
And on, what is that called? The other one that was
Vine?
for kids. No, not Vine. Vine was stupid. Splash. Starts with an S.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. TikTok is way easier to understand. Snapchat, I couldn't figure out how the hell to, how the heck to work it.
Hashtag. Is Snap... Then what is Snapchat? Does it really matter? Does it matter anymore?
No. Because Instagram took what Snapchat was doing and put it in the Instagram stories. It was basically an Instagram story.
Okay.
So that's what Snapchat was.
It wasn't recorded. It wouldn't stay.
Yeah.
Now, Courtney says that he has a fun one. Who is a fun one?
No, I think he's talking about Youth Pastor Ryan.
Oh.
Okay, cool. I wrote these down.
Okay.
Cool.
Never utilize Snapchat. That's because you're over 10.
Yeah. All right, Skywalkers. Woo! Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But I think we're losing battery on your phone, too, so we better go.
Ooh, okay.
But you know what? Thanks for sticking with us. Usually every Tuesday-ish, we're doing these live streams to do the next episode. So, yeah, Snapchat was super hard. I hated it.
And then this week, we'll be premiering our new video.
Yay! And our new episode.
Our new episode.
And
our new TikToked version of our... I'm not sure how we can get this in 1 minute. This new... Because right now the rough cut is like 8.
Well, you're going to have to cut down your jokes. I mean, you're just going to have to do a few and then say like, hey, you want to see the full thing, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
Or just play out like 2 scenes.
Christopher watched dinner. Oh, that's what I need to do now. Let's cook dinner. And he's going to edit. I'm going to feed us. Maybe I'll clean the office sometime. Maybe.
When is there time in the day for that?
I don't know. There's not. We have so much stuff to do. All right, Skywalkers. We're going to say goodnight.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing.